Hello guys, welcome once again. My name is Kobe and this is Kaetech Digital. Now in this video we are going to create a creative agency website using WordPress and then Elementor and then a free theme that we are also going to use. Now this is the particular website that we are going to create over here. Now as you can see, it is called Bold Vision. So this is just a creative agency website where you can be able to use this website to build any agency kind of website that you want. So this is the the website that we are going to create. I'm going to take you through it, and then if you think you want to follow along, you just follow along. So this is the kind of website that we are going to create. We have the header over here. We have the hero section, which have some image changing at the background over there. We have these beautiful buttons over here, and then when you scroll down, we have another section which talks about a little bit about the creative agency or the bold vision over here. And then when you go down, we also have this services section also over here. Now when you scroll down, we have this portfolio section also over here, where you can be able to display some of your portfolio works or some of your projects that you've done. And then when you scroll down, we have another call to action over here which talks about the bold vision and then how you can be able to get in touch with them. And then we have a testimonial section also over here, where you can flip through using this carousel over here. And then we also have the blog section over here. You can be able to integrate blog into your website to if you want to write more content to drive more traffic to your website, you can be able to do that. And then we have the last one, which is the call to action also over here. Now when you look at the the pages involved, we have the home page, the about page, the services page, the blog page, the portfolio page. We also have the testimonial page, and then contact page over here. And then we also have the footer over here, which displays some of the things that we've already talked about, like quick links, which have the home, about, and all those things. We have the bold vision also being displayed over here. And then we have some of our blog items also over here, and then over here our contact details also over here. So this specifically what we're going to create, and I just showcase you how the whole homepage looks like. But if you go through, this is how the about page also looks like. I'm going to take you through it, just show you how the about page also looks like. I'll take you through the services page, I'll take you through the blog page and all the other pages. So this is how the about page also looks like. So it is a well designed about page over here. As you can see, have everything that you can be able to use in every web design. So we have the mission vision and all those things. We have the team members who is behind this particular website or agency, and then we have the call to action over here. So this is the about page. Now when you go to the services page also, it's also well written, well designed with content over here. And as you can see, we have all the details, service details also over here for you. And then if you go to the blog page, it's also well designed blog page that you get over here. And then when you go to also the portfolio page, you can also see how the portfolio also page looks like. So this is the portfolio page with details about the kind of projects that you've done. So it is also well designed and well written over here. And then when you go to testimonials also page, you can have a lot of testimonials, showcase all your testimonials also over here. And then we have the contact page also over here, which displays some of the contact details and other stuff that you want to display on your website. So basically this is the kind of website that we are going to create using WordPress, which is free. And then also we're going to use Elementor also, which is also free. And then we also use a free theme to design this particular website. Now if you are interested in this video, then I guess it is the right time for you to subscribe to the channel, and then you follow along as we go. Now if you are not interested, you can of course go away, as I've just describe the kind of website that we are going to design. But of course, I know if you stick along or you tag along, you're gonna learn one or two things that you would need in your previous or in your next project that you're going to design. So stick along, don't go anywhere, and let's start designing this particular website, bold vision website over here. Now, this particular video is sponsored by templateseller.com. So, for those of you who want to, kickstart your WordPress design with templates and other stuff, templateseller.com is the right place for you to go. They have lots of templates over there that you can be able to, choose from. So, this is the particular template that we are going to design step by step. So, if you know that you cannot design it and you are not willing to follow the steps, you can come to templateseller.com over here and get this particular template over here, and then kickstart your website from just changing the details and colors and all those things to fit your brand, so that you will be able to design a website within some few minutes. But then if you want to start designing from scratch, learn everything step by step, then you have to follow the tutorial from scratch, so that we can be able to design this beautiful website that you see over here. So what we are going to do is to be able to design a WordPress website, there are certain things that you need first to be able to design. Let me close templateseller.com over here, and then first of all, you need a domain name, and then you need a hosting. Okay, so these are the main thing that you need domain name and you need hosting. Now, a domain name is just the name that now a domain name is the name that you will be able to call your website or whatever it is. So it's just like the URL to your website. So for instance, if you want let's say you want to create a website, you need the domain name, and that domain name is the www.blablabla.com. okay, so that name, you need to purchase it, you need to get it. Okay, and then hosting is where you host all your files. So after getting your domain name, you need a place where you can host all your website files, the images, the text, all those things that when somebody type in the www.blablabla.com into the search bar, they're going to go to your host and pull all your designs and other stuff onto the website. So you will be able to see all those things so far as you have hosted your website. But if you don't host your website, there is no way you can be able to allow others to be able to also see your website. So first of all, we need domain name and hosting. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a new link over here and then type in kaetechdigital.com/Namechip. Okay, just type in Namechip over here, kaetechdigital.com/Namechip. I'm going to leave the link in the description for you, and then you can be able to go over there to get, oh sorry, I typed it wrong. So kaetechdigital/Namechip. So it's gonna take you to Namechip account over here, and then your Namechip website over here, and then all what you need to do is to search for the domain name that you're gonna use. So let's say I'm searching for boldvision.com. So I can go ahead and then search for it. If it is taken, of course I will be able to choose a different one. So as you can see, the domain name alone cost 18,999. okay, so roughly like 19,000. But they say this is a premium domain, so I'm going to add certain things to it. So Bold Vision Agency, so I'm just going to say Bold Vision Agency over here, and this one is taken. Okay, so what I'll say is, because I'm from Ghana, I'm going to just put a GH over there, Bold Vision GH, and as you can see, it is not taken. Okay, so just because I added some few things over here, and then it has run down to 9.99, and you can be able to purchase this one easy as you go. So you can add it to cart, and then you can come to hosting over here, and then under hosting you choose any hosting of your choice, but I'm going to choose shared hosting over here, and then we're going to select one of the shared hosting packages over here. So I'm going to select the cheapest one, but of course you look through it and then you can be able to choose the one that you want. So you can choose this particular one over here, and then as you can see over here we have domain name, which you can be able to add when you've added it to cart. Okay, it will be able to add it to cart for you. So for the first year, what I'm going to pay is 17.76 per year for the hosting over here, and then I can go ahead and even let me go back and then choose my domain name first before I forgot to add this one to the cart, the bold vision to the cart. I forgot to add it to the cart, so I'm just going to add it to cart over here. Okay, and then go to my shared hosting over here, and then I'm going to choose this first one, and as you can see in total I'm going to pay 27.92 USD. Okay, so that is what the amount that I'm going to pay, and which is very cheap, which is very cheap for a whole year. Okay, so you're going to pay this particular amount for the whole year to start your business, right? So you can go ahead and then add it to cart and proceed to checkout. So I already have my domain name and everything set up. I'm just going to I was just trying to take you through how you can be able to easily purchase domain name over here. So what I'll do is I'm going to just go ahead, and then for the purpose of this video, I don't want it to be long. I've already done all the necessary details to be able to get kickstart the design and other stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and start designing, installing WordPress and all those kind of stuff, and then we are good to go. All right guys, so for the purpose of the video, I've already gone ahead to set up my domain name and other stuff, and I am ready to go. So when you create account on Namechip, this is what you're going to get over here. Okay, so when you log in, you get your domain and hosting, you're going to get something like this over here. So you see this is my domain name over here, and these are the products associated with the domain name. Now as you can see, I have my this particular one, which is my domain name, and this one is my hosting, and these are all SSL certificates for my other website that I have on this particular one. But I'm going to use this domain name to be able to create the website that we are going to create for the purpose of the tutorial sake. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. I'm going to hover over here and then click on go to cPanel over here. So I'm going to go to my cPanel, and I'm going to go ahead and then log into the cPanel. So the cPanel is more or less like your virtual computer somewhere on the cloud that you can be able to go there to manage your stuff, your files and other stuff over there. So this is where we install our WordPress and all those things. The cPanel is where we install our WordPress. So this is how the cPanel looks like. Now when I get over here, all I need to do is to go to WordPress over here, click on WordPress, and then go ahead and then click on install over here, or I'll just go through it and then click on install now over here, and I'm going to choose my domain name over here. So as you can see, make sure that it is HTTPS. Okay, so if you don't have it, make sure that you have SSL already installed on your domain over here. Now over here, I select my domain name, and then go ahead and then make sure you choose the latest version of WordPress that you want to install. And then when you scroll down, the name of the website, so it is called Bold Vision. Okay, and what you guys do, so basically we build bold brands that inspire. So it says what, if you look over here, it says design bold, think bold. Okay, so that is what we're going to use over here. So we say what, design bold, think bold. Okay, that is all. So design bold, think bold. So you put in your site description over here, and then when you come over here, your your admin username. So I'm just going to say bold vision over here. So I'm going to say bold vision, and then the password that you want to use, I'm going to leave it as it is over here, and then also your email address also over here. So admin email. So I'm going to use this particular email, this one over here. And then when you scroll down, you have some other pre-installed or pre-selected plugins that will pre-install for you when you install the WordPress. But I'm going to just untick all of them, and then scroll down, and where my installation details will go to is very important. I'm just going to select this particular, I'll use this particular email address, and then after that, if everything is all right, I'm just going to click on install. Now it's going to take some few seconds, and it's going to install WordPress on the website for me. All right, so as you can see, it says congratulations, the software was successfully installed. Now we can go ahead and click on this one to check our newly installed WordPress. So this is how it looks like. There's nothing over there, just a simple WordPress installation over here. And when you go over here, you can click over here to go to your admin side. That is the admin side of the website. So I'm going to click over here to go to the admin side of the website. That is where all our dealings is going to be. So this is the front end, and this is the admin side. Okay, so that is it. So this is where all our our dealings as a designer is going to be. So one thing about WordPress is when you install WordPress, you don't have to think of, oh, after I've designed the front end, I need to design the back end, or that kind of thing. No, WordPress brings a back end already designed, already installed, everything for you. Okay, and this is always the URL that goes over there. It is what your website name /wp admin. It goes to the back end of your website, unless you have changed it. Okay, so but if you haven't, this is where it's going to go, and you're going to log into your admin side, and you can do all your designs and other stuff from that side. Now that we have installed WordPress, let me just close this one. Let me also close this one, and let's have these three tabs open. So this is what we are going to design. Okay, and this is our newly installed WordPress, and this is the front end of what we will have after we design. So this is the front end, this is the back end, and this is what we are going to design. Okay, sure. So now that we have this one cleared, now we have to go through some few settings of WordPress. Okay, so for those of you who are new to WordPress, it's very simple to use. It's not that difficult. Now what we are going to do is, we are not going to write any single coding. All what we are going to do is design. Okay, so we're going to use something like a tool like a page builder tool, a website builder tool like Elementor, to be able to help us do everything that we are going to do. And that is exactly what we will do. Now first of all, since we have over here, I like to do some few settings. Let's go ahead and do those settings first before we start designing. So we're going to dismiss this one, and I'll click on screen options over here, and then untick all these things on the dashboard. Make sure that I remove everything to make the dashboard clean. So now I have a clean dashboard over here. Now another one is, I'll go to settings over here, and then go to permalinks. I want to set my links in a very nice way, so that I wouldn't have any links like something like day, and then the post name attached to it, or I wouldn't have something like this, or I wouldn't have something like this. I just want a post name, my website name / the page name, or anything attached to it. Okay, that is exactly just as simple for SEO purposes. So if you always select post name. When you select post name, just click on save changes over here. All right, so now that we have this one done, we will come back to reading settings over here. But we have to create some pages and then make sure that we go to the reading settings to set that particular page as our home page, and then set some other page also as our blog page. Okay, so that is what we will be doing now. Before we even go ahead to do everything, we need to talk about what we call themes and plugins. Okay, now for every WordPress website, we use themes and then plugins to be able to help us design that particular website. Now a theme is the building fundamentals or blocks of every WordPress website. So if you look at this particular website over here, it is running on a specific theme, or it's a theme over here, and that theme is called the 2020 I'm sure 2025 theme. Okay, so if you go back over here and we go to appearance over here and we click on themes over here, we're going to see that the theme activated over here is 2025. Okay, so if you don't have a theme activated, you don't have any WordPress website, and that is a fact. That is one thing you should always understand, and that is why when you install a WordPress website, it comes pre-activated. A theme comes pre-activated for you, because there is no way your website will run on a WordPress website without a theme. Okay, so note that. Now first of all, we have to install our own theme that we want to use for the website, and we're going to install a free theme which is very good for you to use. We call it the Kadence theme. Okay, so the Kadence theme. So I'm going to click on add theme over here, and then it will direct us to the theme directory. That's the WordPress theme directory. Now over here we can search for Kadence. Just search for Kadence over here, and you're gonna have this theme. This is the theme that we are going to use. Make sure that the name is Kadence. Okay, this is the one that we're going to use. Now click on install over here, and then we are going to click on activate to activate the theme. All right, so now that we have installed and activated a theme, now we want to design the theme the way we want it. Okay, so now we have a theme activated. Now it is up to us to design the website using this theme the way we want it. Now specifically, I'm using this theme because I like how I can be able to use every part of the website using this theme. Okay, I like how I can be able to use their header builder, their footer builder, and all those kind of stuff. Okay, and it goes hand in hand with every design that I make. So I'm going to go over here and then refresh the website since I've installed a new theme, and as you can see, the website changes to a different thing over here. So now we have a new theme, and then everything changes. Okay, if you are not sure, let's activate this one. At the moment we activate this one will be deactivated. So let's activate this one, the 2025, and go back over here and refresh this one, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. Let's go back over here and then activate the Kadence theme, and go back over here and then refresh it to see this is how it looks like. So it gives us a different feel altogether. Okay, and that is it. So now that we have activated this particular one, I'm going to close this one because we're going to design everything from scratch. Now I want to delete some certain themes from here. Okay, so I'm going to come here, delete this one, delete it, click on this one also, and then click on delete, click on OK. All right, so I just want just two themes over here, and so that when this one fails, this one will be pre-activated for me. Okay, it will fall on this one. That is what I'm trying to say. So now we have our theme already installed. We are good to go. Now the next step we have to do is to activate some plugins that we're going to use for our website. So to install plugins, we're also going to go over here and then click on add plugins. Now first of all, let me check the plugins which is on the website. So we have these two plugins over here which is not even activated, so I'm going to click on this checkbox over here. It will check all of them, and I click on bulk actions, and then I'll click on delete all of them. So I'll click on OK over here, and all of them will be deleted. Okay, so that is it. Now I don't have any plugin over here. So what are plugins? That is what we have to understand. Now plugins are little softwares or softwares that help us add functionalities to our website. So for instance, we want to design this particular website without writing any single line of code, and we want a page builder to help us design this particular website, and that is why we need to install the page builder plugin, which is the Elementor, to help us do that. Now if I want a form on my website, I can install a particular form to help a form builder to help me build the form. Okay, if I want, let's say, a different thing, let's say a school management software, I can be able to install a school management system on the website to help me also do that. If I want, let's say, an e-commerce website, I'm creating an e-commerce website and I need e-commerce functionality, I will install something we call the WooCommerce to help me to do that. So these are all softwares or little softwares that helps you add functionalities to your website. So we're going to go over here and click on add plugin over here, and we are going to add some few plugins. So I'm going to click over here and then search for the plugin that I'm going to add. So I'm going to add Elementor over here. So I'm going to search for Elementor, and Elementor is a page builder, okay, a drag and drop page builder. You just drag something from here, put it over here, and then you design your things. So helps you design any kind of website that you want. So I'm going to just install this one, install it, and also once I've installed Elementor, I'm also going to install this Royal Elementor add-on. Since we are using Elementor free, we need some add-ons to make so that we can get more functionalities of Elementor. So I'm going to install this also, which is the Royal Elementor add-ons. Now that we have this one, I'm going to also search for form. Okay, so I'm going to search for form, and I will also install that form. So I'm going to install this particular form over here, which is called Forminator. Okay, so I'll click on install now over here to install it. All right, so now that I have this three plugins installed, I'm going to go over here to install plugins, and I'll click on this one, click on bulk actions, click on activate to activate all of them. Okay, so I'll click on let me go back, go to installed plugins over here, click on check this one, then click on bulk actions, click on activate, then click on apply. Okay, so we're gonna click on apply to activate all the plugins that we have installed. So as you can see, all these plugins has been installed. So we have Elementor, Forminator, and then Royal add-ons for Elementor. So now we are good to go. All right, so we can be able to go ahead to start creating our pages and designing whatever thing that we want to design. So let's look at the pages involved in this particular website. So let's go over here and look at the pages. So we have the home page, which is this particular one over here. As you can see, we have the about page, we have the services page, we have the blog page, we have the portfolio page, we have testimonials, we also have contact page. So these are the pages that we are going to create. Okay, these are the pages that we are going to create. So first of all, we're going to go back over here and go to pages over here and click on all pages. Now we want to see all the pages that is on the website. So these are the two pages that we have. I'm going to check all of them, click on this one, move them to trash, and then click on apply, because I don't need any of them. I'll create my own pages when I need them. So we don't have any page over here. So now I'm going to go back over here and click on I'm going to go on top over here and click on add page. So I'm going to click on add page. Now I'm going to go ahead and create all the pages that I need without designing it. Okay, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to just create all of them without designing it, and then I'll use it to build my menus, and then my header, my footer, and then I'll design everything from scratch, one page by page. Okay, that is exactly what we are going to do. So now we are over here in the new page over here. So I'm going to close this one, and first of all, what you want to do is you want to give a page title. Okay, so we call this one home, and I'm going to come over here to template over here, and I'll click on default template, and I'm going to choose the template I'm going to use for my page, and which is Elementor full width, and I'm going to click on publish over here. So now I have published my first page. Okay, I will close this one, and because I want to see the WordPress sidebar over here, I'll click on this particular one and I'll exit the full screen. So as you can see, now I have this bar over here, sidebar over here. Now we've created our first page. All right, so we want to create another page again. We're going to go over here to click on add page, and then our next page, we're going to call it about. Okay, so about us or about, and we're going to do same, click on default template, click over here, and then click on Elementor full width, and then we're going to publish it just like that. We are okay. We click on add page again, and the next one we will say services. Okay, so this will hold all the services that we offer. We're going to do same, go over here, click on this one, click on full width, Elementor full width, click on publish. All right, so we're going to go to the next one, and our next one, we're going to say portfolio. So this is going to be our project page or portfolio page. So we're going to go over here, click on this, just like we did for all of them. We'll do same for this one also. All right, so I'll click on this one to add another page, and this one is going to be our blog page. Okay, so this is our blog page over here. I'll go over here. This one I'm going to leave it as the default template. Okay, because when I set the blog page, it wouldn't allow me to use Elementor to edit it unless I have Elementor Pro. But since you are using Elementor free, we're going to just leave it as the default template over here, and then click on publish over here. All right, so the next step is also to create our I think our last page. So yeah, so our last page, so we have testimonials also over here, and then contact. So our last but one, which is testimonials. Okay, and this one also, I'm going to just go over here, choose Elementor full width, and then click on publish. Now our last page is contact us or contact page. So we're going to also do same, just type in contact over here, come to default template, change it to full width, and then we're going to publish it. All right, so as you can see, if you come over here, and you see we only had sample page over here, but if you refresh it right now, we have all these pages over here. Okay, we have all these pages over here, meaning that our website is coming into shape one way or the other. All right, so now we want to set up our menus. Okay, so this is a menu, but we want to set it up well and then group it well. Okay, so if you come over, you see how this menu is arranged over here. We have the home page, the about page, the services page, blog, portfolio, testimonials, and then contact. We want to group it the same way. So we're gonna go back over here, and then we will hover on appearance over here, and then look for menus over here. So I'm gonna click on menus, and then we will be able to create our menu. As of now, we don't have any menu on the website, so we want to create a menu. Okay, so what I'll do over here is I want to create a primary or main menu. So I'll call this one primary menu over here, and then I'll set the location to primary and then also to mobile, meaning that the mobile and then the primary and the desktop will use the same menu. So I'm going to just click on create over here. All right, so now I've created the menu. We've created the menu, but we haven't added anything on it. So if you come over here and we click on refresh, you see that because we've created the menu and we haven't added anything, there's an empty space over here. We need to add something inside this menu, and that is why it says add menu items from the column on the left. So this is what it's talking about. So everything over here, we can be able to add it over here. Okay, so we'll go over here to view all, and then I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to select all of them over here, and then click on save menu. Oh, sorry, I'm going to select all of them. So let me go to all and then select all of them over here, and then click on add to menu. So I'm going to add to menu, and as you can see, this is all of them. Now you see that we have two different home page. One is a page, one is a custom link. We don't like the custom link, so if you click over here, you see that there is this link over here. I'm going to just remove it. We want the page to be our home page, so we're going to go over here and then position this one. Now all what you need to do is just drag it. Okay, so we have the home page, about page. Let's go to this place, services, blog, portfolio. So we're going to go over here and then choose services and then drag it over here, services, blog, and then portfolio. We come over here, and then testimonials will also come over here, and the contact is the last one. So this is what, these are menu items over here. We're going to click on save menu. All right, so let's go back over here and then refresh the website, and as you can see, our menus are over here. Okay, now don't worry about the position of it. When we are designing the header and then the footer, the position, we'll position it the way we want it. Okay, so don't worry about it. Now we have our menu over here. Now when we scroll down, there is also a quick links over here, and they also have blog also. And then these are the other two menus that these ones we can create them later on when we are designing the footer. Okay, so we're going to go over here and then also add another menu. So we're going to click on this particular one which says create new menu, and it will give us this space to create the new menu. So over here we'll say quick links. So quick links, and we are not going to locate it to anywhere. We just want to create some quick links, and then we click on create menu. All right, so now the same way we created the the primary menu, the same way we're going to add items to this particular one. So what are the items that we're going to have? Home, about, portfolio, and then contact. So we come over here and then we search for home, about, portfolio, and then contact. Okay, now of course you can add more to it, but this is what I'm going to do. I can even add services to it. So I'm going to just add the services, and it's going to be like this. So home, about. So let me bring services first, and then portfolio and contact will come. Then I'm going to just click on save menu. Now you will not see it over here because we haven't designed our footer yet. So we are just creating the menus. Now let's go over here and then create this blog also. So we're going to come over here and then say create a new menu. So I'm going to click on this one to help me to create a new menu. Okay, so now I'll say our blog. Okay, so our blog, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on create. Okay, now I can go to we have post over here, right? And as you can see, there is no post over here, but we'll come to it later on. All what we need to do is to create post, and when we create post, we can be able to add all the posts over here. So for now, let's just save this one, and then when we create post, or when we create content on our pages, we can be able to add those content over here. Blog posts, we can be able to add those blog posts over here. And then the last one is contacts. We're just creating a space for it. So what we are going to also do is we're going to click over here, and then also we will just say maybe contact us. Okay, so contact us, and then I'll also click on create menu over here, and we are good to go. That is all what we want. Just create the menu, don't add anything to it, and we are good to go. So now we've created 1 2 3 4 menus. Some of them we'll revisit it later on, like the blog menu. We'll revisit it and then add the content inside it. Okay, so that is it. So now we have our content that we can be able to use it for our menu, our header, and then our footer. Now when we come over here, and then we click on this, which is the home page. Now this is what happens. It redirects us to a different page over here, and it says what, our website name slash home. Okay, and that is not what we want. We want it in such a way that when we click over here, it still goes to this home page, but it doesn't say slash home. Okay, and that is where the reading part that I was talking to you about earlier on comes into play. So we're going to go over here and then scroll down and then go to settings and then click on reading. Just click on reading. So we want to set a page whereby when people are going to our website, it will redirect them to that specific page. Okay, and that is what we want to set or choose our home page. For now, it only displays the latest post, and as you can see, this is the only latest post on our website. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and then choose a static page instead of the latest post. And then on the home page, we're going to select our home page. And then on the post page, we want to select our blog also. So this is what we will have. And then we're going to click on save changes. All right, so now that we're over here, now if we refresh this one, you see that it will go to the home page. Okay, it doesn't show the latest post again, but now it is what, on this particular page, and this doesn't also show slash home. Okay, it means that what we did has taken effect. So now what we have done so far is to install WordPress on our hosting, do WordPress settings. We did install theme, and then also some plugins that we're going to use to design our website, and we also installed some other plugins, like I said, to design our website. And then we also went ahead to create pages. We created all our pages that we need for the website, and then we also went ahead to design create menus also for our website, and we set our home page as the static page that will be displayed whenever somebody comes to our website. So we are almost through for the beginning. Now we are diving into more of designing. Okay, and that is the next step that we're gonna go. So we are diving into more of designing. So you're gonna what, you have to follow every step by step, follow it step by step. Okay, so let's dive into how we can be able to design our header and then our footer. All right guys, so now what we are going to do is to create our header and our footer. Okay, so I'm going to take you to where we can be able to create our header and our footer. Now, one thing about this particular theme is that they have a header builder and a footer builder, so it makes it very easy for you to create your own header and then footer using the theme. Now, of course, if you are using Elementor Pro, you can also be able to create your own header and footer using the theme builder over here. Okay, so when you go to template over here and then click on theme builder, you can be able to create your own header and footer with Elementor Pro. But since you are using Elementor free, we're going to use the theme itself to create its own header and footer. So to be able to create a header and footer, what we're going to do is we're going to hover on appearance over here. We're going to click on customize. Okay, so there are two ways to reach the customization section. It's either you hover on appearance and click on customize, or when you are on the front end over here, you click on customize over here. Each other way is going to work. So I'm going to go over here and then click on customize. All right, so once we are on the customization side of the theme, what we're going to do is we're going to do some few settings first before we start creating our header and footer. Now, first of all, we're going to go to the colors over here. So we're going to go straight away and then go to colors over here, and then we will be able to start creating our header and then footer. So first of all, we have to set our colors, set our font, and all those things first, and then we start creating our header and footer. All right guys, so to set our colors and footers, we're going to click on colors and to set our colors and fonts, we're going to click on colors and fonts over here, and then let's go ahead and then just make sure that we set up our colors. So we're going to set up our colors using the color palette over here. Okay, that's exactly what we're going to set. Now I have some colors that I will be using. I'll show it to you quickly, and then I'll copy it and then be pasting it inside this one, so that I'll be able to go ahead and use it even inside Elementor when I'm working with Elementor. Alright guys, so as you can see over here, these are the colors, and then the fonts, and then all the sizes and other stuff, the font size and other stuff that I'm going to use for this particular website. So as you can see, the accent alt, the stronger text, and all these things, I'll be placing it inside this one over here. So I'm going to copy this one for the accent, and then if you hover on it over here, you see that it says accent. So I'm going to click on this one, and then I'll paste the color over here. So this is the accent color that I'm going to use. I'll come here again, and then I'll copy the accent alt. So I'll copy this one, and when you hover on this one, you see that it's going to show you the accent alt over here. So I also paste it this one. So this is the accent alt color, and then I'll come again, and then for the stronger text, it's going to be just pure white. So I'm going to just drag it over here to make sure that the color code is FFFFFF, and then I'll come over here and then copy this color code over here, which is ED. I'll copy this one, and that is the strong text over here. So I'll paste it inside this one, and then I'll also come again, copy this one, which is A0 for the medium text. So I'm going to copy it, come over here, and then I'll paste it over here. And then we go to the next one, which is the subtle text. So I'm going to also come over here, which is 6A. So I'll copy this one, come over here, and then I'm going to paste it inside this one. And then we come over again to the subtle BG, or the background color. So I'm just going to copy this one, which is 1C, and then 1E, 1E. So we're going to just look for this particular one, and then paste it over here. And then we also have the next one, which is the light background. That one is 2C. So we're going to copy this one, which is this particular one over here, the lighter background. I'll just paste it inside this one, which is 2C. And then we come over here to the last one, which is also white, which is FFFFFF. So make sure that it is pure white over here, FFFFFF. Okay, so now that we have this one done, so this is our content, this is our background, side background, and this is our content color, so background. So for the content background, I'm going to come over here and then use this particular one over here. And then for the title content, above content, I'm going to leave it as it is. But when it comes to the links, I'm going to either just use this one, and then when you hover on it's gonna be this particular one. Okay, so it depends on it, or you can use this one, and then when you hover on, it's gonna be this one. Okay, so each other way you want. And then the style, link style over here, I'm gonna say no underline. I don't want it to be underline over here. So let me just publish it. Now don't worry about this background that you see over here. It's sometimes happens, but when we go back over here and then refresh the website, see it is a darker background over here. So that is exactly what we want. Okay, so now we're gonna go back over here. Like I said, don't worry about this one. It will change. We're gonna go over here, and then we will set all the other buttons and all those things. It has already been set for us but you can decide to choose how you want it to be. But I'm going to leave it as it is over here, and I'll go to typography, and this is where we set our typography. So for the base font, we're going to use Poppins. Okay, so we're going to use for the base font, we're going to use Inter. So I'm going to just search for Inter over here, and then I'm going to use Inter for the base font. Now let's go over here and see the body text, which is 18 pixel, but I'll leave it at the 17 pixel regular, which is okay. And then let's go to the heading style over here. Now instead of inherit, we're going to set a different heading for heading font for it, and that is what we're going to use, the Poppins. Okay, so we use Poppins over here for all headings. And then for the H1, we come over here, and as you can see, we have 72, 42, and then 28. So we'll come to this side over here for H1, and then we can let me check it again. Okay, so we have what, 72, 42, and then 28. So the 72 is for desktop, and then the 42 is for tablet, and then 28 is for how do you call it, it's for mobile. But as you can see, this particular headings is not the headings that I'm going to use for the front end. That is for the home page. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as the 32 over here, but when I go to the tablet over here, I also reduce it to let's say 28, and then when I come over here, I'll reduce it to 22. Okay, that is for the H1, or let me just make it 24. Okay, that is for the H1. I'm gonna go back to the desktop again, and then I'll come over here also to H2 over here. Instead of 28, I'll leave it at 28. When I come over here, instead of 28, that is the tablet, I'll say 24, and then for mobile, or the mobile phone, I'll say 22. Okay, so I'll go back to desktop over here, and the last one I will deal with is H3. I'll leave it at 24 over here. When I come over here, I'll say 22. When I go to the smaller screen, which is the mobile, I'll say 20. Okay, or you can make it 18 depending on how you want it. So I'll leave everything as it is right now. Everything is already great, and I'm going to just click publish over here. So we are just setting the font and other stuff so that when we are designing and going, it will be easier for us. Now that we've set up our font and colors, now we can go ahead and then go to header over here. So when I go to my header over here, this is the header builder. Okay, so as you can see, we have the header builder over here. Now let's look at how this header is being built. So if you refresh this particular website over here, you're gonna see that this is how the header looks like. So we have the logo over here, and then we have the menu over the primary menu over here, and then we have some social links also over here. So that is the same way we're going to have it. So first of all, I want my my colors that I've set to to make sure that it appears over here, but I don't see it over here. So I'm going to refresh the website to make sure that all the colors that I set has taken effect. Everything works perfectly on the customizer section over there. All right, so as you can see, as I refresh, everything looks great, and now I can go ahead and go to my header over here. So first of all, I want to set the header color. So I'll go to design over here. I'm going to go to design over here, and then the header background over here, I'm going to change it to this particular color over here. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now let's look at how this one looks like. This is a transparent, but let's look at the other background. So you see, this is how it looks like. It looks the way we want it. So we're gonna go back over here, and then we're gonna choose this one, which is what we've already chosen, and we will publish it. So now we have our header set up correctly. Now the next one is we want to push or take this one to this to the middle over here, okay, so that the header will be in the middle over here, and then the primary navigation will be in the middle over here, and then over here we're going to add social links. So we're going to add social over here. So as you can see, we have our social over here. So it is basically almost just like this one that you see over here. Now we can make sure that the header is transparent. Now how do we do it? You see, when you come to the header over here, the layout over here, we have transparent, we have sticky, and this particular one is transparent. When you go to the home page, it is transparent, and then it is also what? It is also sticky, okay? And that is exactly how we want it. We want it to be transparent, so we're going to go over here and enable transparent over here. Now when we enable transparent, it's gonna be transparent on even the the post and then all pages. So what I'll do is I'm going to disable it on post, and I also disable it on pages as well, okay? But I will enable just the home page as a transparent header, okay? So I'm going to just publish this one, and I'll enable it inside the home page settings. So what I'll do is I'll come back over here. Now you see what I mean, and then I'll still go ahead and then change this one to sticky header. So I'm going to go over here and then come over here and then say yes, I want it to be sticky header, and then also on mobile I want it also to be sticky header. Now you can enable reveal on sticky, meaning that you can enable reveal on sticky, meaning that when you're scrolling, it will have to be revealed before the sticky start effect. And then you can also enable main rows shrinking, meaning that when you are scrolling, this main row will shrink. And then also different logo for stack header. So when you are scrolling, you want a different logo over here. This happens when you want to change the color of the sticky header, okay? So you can do so, you can go ahead and change even the color of the sticky header background and everything over here. You can be able to play around with it, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just leave it as it is right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play around with this particular menus over here. So I'm going to go over here, and then what I'll do is I'm going to go to design over here, and I'm going to just go ahead and go for underline over here. So if you look at this one, we have this underline over here, and then also I'm going to just go ahead and come over here, and then I'm going to use this particular this particular color over here, and then with the hover I'm going to use this one, and then the active color I'm going to also use this particular one. So now we have something like this, which is similar to this one. And then when I scroll down to the navigation font over here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reduce the size of the navigation to like 15, which is quite okay for me. Let me see how this one looks like here. This is pretty quite okay for me, and yeah, I think this is good. Everything looks fine for the navigation. All right, so if I come over here also, I can give some spacing for the item. So I can give it like 1.5 em, so something like this, which is also quite okay. So now everything is taking shape. Now the next one is for me to change my logo. So this logo I don't like it, so I'm going to just change the logo. So I'll click on this settings icon over here, and then the logo layout, I'm going to say just logo, and then I'm going to add this particular logo over here. So I'll click over here to select the logo. I'll go to my media library. Now I don't have anything over here, but I'm going to go ahead and then choose some images I want to use for my website. So I'm going to go to my downloads over here, and then I'm going to go go straight to bold vision over here. Click on bold vision over here, and these are all the images I want to use for the website. So what I'll do is I'm just going to select all of them, and then I'll click on open, and allow all of them to upload onto the website. So I'm going to hold on for it to upload, and then we're going to come back later on. All right guys, so now that we have uploaded all our images, now we are good to go. So I'm going to just select this logo over here, and I'll skip cropping because the shape is okay for me, and this is how it goes. So you can choose your the logo maximum width that you want, 200, which is okay. When you go to the tablet mode, you can also choose a width that you think is okay for you. So I'm going to choose 180, and then when we come over here, I'm going to choose something like 120, okay, which is quite okay. So I think everything is quite okay, so I'm going to just publish it for the logo, and I'm going to go back to the desktop mode. All right, so now that we have our logo also set up, now I'm going to go to social over here to make sure that everything is also clean and set up. So I'll click on this the settings icon over here. Now with the social, you can add more social icons to it. So let's say I want to add more, I just click over here and then select the one that I want to add, but this is quite okay for me. If I want to set the links, if I click over here, it's going to take me to a place where I can set all the links that I want to set, and that is it. So I'm going to go back to the header again, and then go back to social. Now let's go to design over here. So with the social, I'm just going to leave it as it is, but what I will use it, I'm just going to change the colors over here. So with this one, I'll say I'll just leave it as the white over here, and then when hover, I'm going to use this particular one. So if I hover on it, this is how it becomes. With the background also, I'm just going to just remove the background, so I'll make it transparent over here. The same thing applies to this one. I'm going to make it transparent, so if I hover on it, it's going to be something like this. Now, of course, you can decide to increase the icon size to any size that you want. So let's say 1.5, let's say 1.2, to any size that you want, depending on how you feel it. So I'm going to leave it to 1, which is okay for me, and I'm good to go. So basically I'm done with the header, and I can just go ahead and publish it. Now that we are still working on the header, let's go and then see how the tablet mode and then also the mobile mode will look like. So this is how the mobile mode will look like. The only thing we'll have to add is to add the social over here. So I'm going to add social over here. Now this is the canvas. The canvas is when you click this particular one icon over here, the trigger over here, and then it opens a new field for you, for just like this one. So what we added is just this particular one. So we can also go ahead and click over here to see how the canvas looks like. Now if you go over here and then we want to see the mobile view, we can click on this particular plugin that I've installed on the Chrome to give me the mobile view over here. So I'll just click over here, and this is the background of the whole thing. So I'm going to go over here and then go to design over here, and then the pop-up background, I'm going to choose this particular one over here. Yeah, basically I think this is quite okay. Now let's look at this one. This one have the logo over here. So what I'll also do is I'll click on this one, and I'm going to add this HTML over here, and I'll drag it on top. Okay, and then inside this HTML, I'm going to go over and then add a logo inside this one. So I'll clean this particular one and then add media over here, and then I'll choose my logo from this place, and then I'll click on insert into post. So it's gonna be something like this. So if I click over here, you see I'm gonna have this logo over here. Okay, so if I click on this one to see the you know the mobile version, this is how it's gonna be like. So I can decide to drag it a little bit. So let's just drag it a little bit, just a little bit, not that too much, but just a little bit. Yeah, something like this is quite okay. Now I think this one is okay. The only thing is I can't see the navigation over here, so I'll go to the mobile navigation over here, and then I'm going to go ahead to design, and then I'm going to change this one to this particular one over here, and then with the hover I'm going to change it to this, and then with the active also I'm going to change it to this. So it's going to reflect what it's on the desktop mode. So basically this is how it looks like. Now also I'm going to go to the social also over here, and I'll go to design over here, and with the social colors I'll click over here, and I'm going to choose this one, and then hover also I'm going to choose this one, and then with the background colors I'll just use transparent. Okay, and then when the hover also it's going to be transparent. All right, so it's going to be something like this, which is quite okay. So I'll publish this one. So basically we are done with also the mobile the mobile side of the header of the the website. Now the last one is for us to deal with the trigger. See how this trigger looks like? It doesn't look like what we have over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to click on the settings icon over here. Now I'm going to choose this one, and then I'll go over here, and with the trigger also over here, what I'll do is I'll change this one to this particular one over here, and then I'll also change this one to this one over here, and then with the trigger background I'm just going to give it transparent background. The same thing applies to the hover trigger background, also transparent. So it's gonna be something like this, right? So this is quite okay, so I'll just publish it. So now we are done with the header, both tablet and then desktop mode. So this is how the tablet looks like. With a tablet, let me go over here, and then let me go to this place, and let me just increase this one to, let's say, 220. Okay, so this is quite okay. And then with the mobile, this is how it looks like. With the tablet, this is how it's gonna be looking like. So let's just make it 200. Okay, all right. So, and then with the desktop, it's also going to be something like this. So I'm going to publish it, and we are done with the header. Now the next one is for us to deal with the footer also. So let's go over here, and I'm going to just close this or go out of the mobile site, and we're going to scroll down. Let's scroll down, and then we will look at how the footer looks like over here. So with the footer, it's also a very simple footer. We have two different footer sections. We have the first one over here, and then the last one over here. So that's exactly what we will do. So I'm going to go over here, and then first of all, let's look at the colors over here. This one is darker, and this one is lighter a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and then set our footers over here. So I'm going to go to, oh, this is the header, right? So I'm going to go ahead, go over here, and then go to footer over here. So you see, we click on footer, and we can set our copyright right now. So I'm going to just make sure that I see everything over here, and with the copyright I'm going to remove the theme credit, I'm just going to remove the theme credit, and as you can see, this is how it becomes. But this is what we want. Okay, so designed by template seller over here. So I'm going to go over here, and then I just want to give a space, and then I'll use this. You can use anything, but I'm going to use that kind of this sign over here, this particular sign on the keyboard, and then I'll just paste in my link over here. Now what I do is I just write design by, okay, and then I write my company name over here, and then I'll just highlight this one and link it. Just click over here and then put the link over here. Okay, so templateseller.com. I'm just going to add the HTTPS to it, and then I'll just hit apply. So this is how it's going to be like, right? All right, so now that we have this one done, now it is up to us to go ahead and go to design to design it the way we want it. So first of all, I want to change the font color over here. So if you look at the font color over here, it's a little bit darker than this particular one. So what we're going to do is we're going to use either this one over here, okay, and then I also change the font size. So I'm going to just reduce the font size to 14 over here. All right, and then the link color also, I'm going to use the same thing over here, and then when you hover on it, I'm going to use this particular one. Now the link style, I don't want it to be underlined. I want it to be very simple, very easy to use. So this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so very good. Now let's go to the bottom row over here. Now this is the item in the bottom row, and then the bottom row itself. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just remove some spaces. So what I'll do is I'll just remove a little bit spaces and make it like a 10 pixel over here, bottom row, and then I'll go to design over here, and I'll scroll down and then look out for bottom row background. So over here I'll click on it, and of course we can change the bottom row background to, let's say, something like this, if that is what we want. Okay, so if you look at this one, see, you have something like this. Now of course it depends on how you want it, so I just keep it like this. Okay, and I'm just going to go back again and see. Now don't worry about the space over here, we can still remove it later on. Okay, so later on when we are done designing, when we come over there, that's one thing I've noticed. If you want to do something, especially with the padding and the bottom spacing and all those things, the top spacing, there are more settings that comes over here as you are designing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the middle row over here to add some items. So you see we have this row over here, and we want to add this 4 different sections, 1 2 3 4 over there. So we're gonna go over here and we click on this settings icon over here, and I'm gonna go to general over here, and instead of 3 columns, I'm gonna just choose 4 columns over here, and I'm gonna choose this particular layout 40 20 20 20, and then see that we have more spaces over here, or more columns over here. With the column spacing, I'll leave it as 30, but the top I'm going to say 50 over here, and the bottom also I'm just going to say 50 over here. Now I'm going to add widget 1 over here. I'll add widget 2 over here. Let's look at how this one. So 1 2 3. Okay, so I add another widget, which is also widget 3, sorry. I'm gonna add widget 3 over here, and then the last one I'll add widget 4 over here. Now with a widget 1, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some colors, background color over here, but let's add some items before we add a background color. Okay, so with a widget 1, I'm going to click over here, and then we get this information for the first time. So I'm just going to write and click on got it, and what we're going to do is we're going to add the logo, which is an image over there. So I'm going to just choose the media library to select my logo. So I'll go over here and then just click on the logo that I want to select it. And as you can see, we can have our Bold Vision logo over here. Now I'll click over here and then I'm going to add some paragraphs also over here, so some text over here. So we can just copy, just put in your text, the company details or other text that you want to showcase. You put it over here. So this is how it's going to be like. Now I'm going to go to widget 2, also click on the settings icon over here, and with this one I'm going to click on this add blog, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for nav or navigation menu. I'll click on it, and then this time around I'm going to search for the quick links. Okay, so if you look over here, we have quick links over here, we have our blog over here, and then we have what, contact us also over here. So what I'll do is I'll just type in quick links. Okay, this is it, quick links, and we are good to go. You see all the links have appeared over here. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, I'm going to click on this one also, and then same navigation menu, I'll click on it and then select the navigation menu that I want. This one is our blog, so I'll just say our blog, right? All right, so now we have our blog over there. Now remember, we don't have any blog item over here, so we left it as it is. Now let's go over here to the next one, which is widget 4, and I'm going to click over here, and then I'm going to use the same nav widget. So I'll click on it, and then this time around I'll say contact us, right? So this is what we're going to choose. So contact us. Okay, now remember, with the contact us also, we don't have really nothing in it, but we just left it as it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select this particular one, add a paragraph over here, and what we are going to do is I'm just going to select this one and then paste it over there, right? So I'm just going to paste this one over here, and as you can see, we have something under contact us also over there. So now basically we have everything set up except this particular one, which we don't really have. But as we go on with the website, we're going to have these blog items also over there. So now let's go back to the bottom row over here, click on the settings over here, and let's see. As you can see, we have so many settings over here, and this is where I want to also remove the top, okay, and make it like a 10. So it's going to be something like this. Now let's go back to the middle row again. We're going to click on the settings of the middle row, and this time around we're going to go to its design over here. Now with the widget titles, let's look at how it, so we have the white and everything, but let's go over here and then go to the size of it, and we can decrease it to like 16 or 15 depending on how we want it. You can also increase it to whatever it is, but I think 16 is quite okay. And then with the content over here also, we can also reduce it to 14. Okay, so I'm going to reduce it to 14, and with the text over here, I'm going to choose this particular one. Okay, so this is how it's going to be like. And then I'm going to go to the length color also over here. So I'm going to go over here, and with the length color also, I'm going to choose this one, and with the link hover also, I'm going to choose this particular one. Now the hover underline, I'll say no underline. Okay, no underline over here. The link style, I'll say no underline. And then with this middle row color also, I'm going to use this one, and what I'll do is I'll just change the color a little bit, right? Just a little bit different from what we have. All right, so this is quite okay. Okay, so this is quite okay. So let's look at the widget content and then increase it to, instead of 14, let's make it like a 15, which is also quite okay. And of course, if you are increasing the content, make sure that you do it across all devices. Okay, so you can go to the mobile side and also make sure that everything is it's perfect over there. Okay, so that is what you have to do. So everything you're doing, make sure you do it all across all the devices. So now we have our menu setup. The only thing we don't have is this particular one, which we'll fix it later on. So I'm going to publish it to our footer is what is done. And if you go over here and refresh the website, this is what you're going to get. So now everything looks perfectly well designed, and we are good to go. All right, guys, so the next step is for us to create our blog post that we're going to use inside the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here and look at the blog posts that they have. So these 3 blog posts is what we are going to create. So I'm going to just open them in a new tab, so I can be able to just copy and paste them quickly inside the website. So I'm going to show you how easy it is for you to be able to create beautiful blog post inside your website. So this is the blog post that we are going to this is going to be the first one that we're going to create. So I'm just going to copy the title over here. I'm going to come over here. Where is it this place? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the customizer session open, and I'm going to go over here. Let me just come to new over here, and then you see we have post over here. When I click on it, I can be able to easily create a new post, but I want to go to the dashboard so you guys can be able to see how to be able to create a new post when you are at the the dashboard. All right, guys, so now that we are over here, all what we need to do is to hover on post over here, and then we're going to click on add post. All right, guys, so now we're going to paste out the topic of the post that we copied. We're going to paste it over here, and then I'm just going to copy where is it, just going to copy all the details, and then just paste it over there. I don't have time to write anything, so I'm just copying it and then paste it over here. Now of course you can be able to go through it and then also type your own or write your own post and then paste it over here. And now that we are done, I'm going to set a featured image. So I'll go to post, click on set featured image. Now what is the featured image for this particular post, this particular image? So that is this particular one over here. I'm going to just click on set featured image over here, and then let's look at the post. What does it fall under? So if you come over here, it falls under branding, design, and then website. These are the 3 main categories that the website have. So I'm going to go over here and then add a new category. I'll call it branding. Okay, and then I'll add a category. I'll also come over here and add another one, which is website, then add a category, and then I also add another one, which is design. Now of course you can create your own blog categories. Okay, so after that all what I'll do is to just click on publish. All right, so now I've published one post. I can go ahead to publish another one. So I'm going to publish the 2 remaining ones, and then I'll come back to you later. All right, guys, so now these are my 3 posts over here. As you can see, 1 2 3 over here. Now if you want to go back to the website, so let me just open the new tab over here. So I'm going to close this one, and then we go to blog over here. We're going to see our blog posts over here. So this is our blog post, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so let's go back over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set this blog post over here, just like you see it down over here. So we have the visual makeover, the how to build a portfolio website, and then bold minimalist web design. So we're going to go over to the back end, go to appearance, go to menu over here, and we will have to make sure that we have that particular menu created. So we have the menu, all right, which is our blog over here. we select it. Now what we will do is we go to the screen on the top over here. We have screen options. Click on it and then make sure that post is what is selected. Okay, so when you scroll down, you see we have post over here. Click on it and all your posts will be showing over here. So we have 1, 2, 3 posts. We're going to add them to this particular menu, and what I'll do is I'm just going to come over here and then remove certain things. So for instance, I'm going to remove this one which says how to build a standout. So I'm just going to say a portfolio website just to shorten it, right? And then I'll come over here and say how bold why bold minimalistic website web design wins in 2025. So let's look at how this one says. So bold minimalistic web design. So I'm going to come over here and then just remove the wins in 2025 and remove the y over here, and then over here let's look at this one. It says visual makeover in 2025. So I'll go over here and then come over here and remove all these ones and leave this one. So all what I'll do is I'll just rearrange this one. Okay, so visual makeover, how to build a portfolio website, and then bold minimalistic web design. So that is it. So I'm just going to save the menu. I'm going to save the menu and come over here and refresh the website. And as you can see, guys, we have this one over here. So now we have our our menu set up correctly, our footer set up correctly over here, and we are good to go. Okay, so that is basically it. So this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, but this one we added extra portfolio to it. Okay, of course you can decide to even remove the home. So I'm going to go over here, go to menu over here, come over here, and then go to quick links, select it, and I want to remove the home. Okay, so this particular home over here, I want to remove it so that it's going to be about services, portfolio, and then contact over there. Now I'll come and refresh this website, and we have this particular 4 quick links over here. So now I think we are almost done. We are good to go, and everything is what is okay for us. Yeah, everything is okay for us. The only thing we have to do is to just give some space over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the general settings of the middle footer over here, and I will just give some column spacing. Okay, so let's say we want to give a 50 column spacing, just some space over here, and let's publish it. Okay, so let me just close this one, and yeah, I'm going to leave. Okay, and then I'm going to go to appearance and click on customize again. Now the reason I had the error was I had to enter my username and password and all those kind of stuff. So I'm going to go to the footer again, and yeah, of course. So let me go to this widget over here, and let me scroll down and see. I'm going to have 50 over here. Okay, so just some space over there, and then publish it. Now let me come over here and then just see the space over here. So we have bigger spaces over here, and that is okay for me. So now we have this one done. The only thing left is for us to if you go over here and you go to the blog page right now, you're gonna see that the blog page is well designed. You see you have a background, everything is well designed over here. So that is exactly what we want to also do our blog post over here, our blog page over here. So I'm going to go over here, and what I'm going to do is go back, and then I'm going to go to post pages layout. So I'm going to go over here and then go to archive layout over here, and then I'll select blog from here so I can see what is really going on the blog page. Now whilst it is loading, I can go ahead and even remove certain things that I don't want. So I don't want to see the except even the meta. I don't want to see the meta over here. So it is just, you know, this few things that I want to see: the title and then read more. So if you go over here, see that I have the title. Even the read more, it doesn't really have. So I'm also going to remove it from here. All right, so now that I have this one done, all what I need to do is to go to design over here. Let's go to design, and I'm going to go to the post title, post item title font. I'll click over here, and I'm going to choose, you know, a font size for it. So let's make it like a 25 and see. So this is how the 25 looks like, but we're going to make it like an 18 so that it's going to be something small. So you can either make it 18, between 18 to 22 or 20. Okay, so if you make it 20, this size is going to be like, right? So I think this one is quite okay for me. Now let me come over here and see how this one really looks like. Okay, so another one is I still want to change this particular background over here. So what I'll do is let me just, you know, change the background first before I still come over here. So I'm gonna publish this one and go back over here. Go to first of all, let me go over here again and see if I could change the background from here. Okay, so content background. Okay, so this is the site background, this is the content background. So let's see, let's click over here and then choose this one as the content at the site background. Okay, and then we also choose this one also as the content background. So nothing happens over here, right? We don't see anything happening over here. Okay, so let me just publish it and come over here and see if something happened. Okay, so over here nothing really happened. So I'm still gonna go over here and I want to undo this one because nothing happened. So it's of no use. But I want to go here, go to colors over here. Let me go over here to the colors and then the content background also. Let me choose this one and choose this one instead. Okay, so this is what we can get over here, but I think this one is quite okay. So then, all right, so then what we can do is, let me see how this one looks like. So then what we can do is we can still go back over here. So if this is the content background, which is quite okay, then we need to change the main site background, which I don't know why it's not. Oh, okay, so this is the site background. Yeah, okay, so this is it. So we need to change it to this one. So as you can see, this is how it makes this one pop out. Okay, so this is the site background. So we chose the wrong color for it, to make sure that you choose this one for the site background. So I'm gonna just publish this one, and now we can go back to the you know, the post and page layout and go to the this is not a page, go to the archive layout over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to design over here, and what we are going to do is we really want to change the top over here. So the title, you know, color and all those things, and then archive title background, and you know, all those kind of stuff, we can be able to change it. So archive title background, I'm going to go over here and then choose an image for it. So I'm going to choose an image that I want to use for it. So let's look at the image that they use, this particular one, people laughing. So I'm going to go ahead and then select this particular one over here, choose this one. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now let's select it again, and we can say no repeat. Okay, and then make it cover, right? Yeah, so this is quite okay. So no repeat, and then cover is okay. Now I'm going to come to the background overlay over here. So I'll select the background overlay, and then we'll give it a darker background overlay, so something like this. And then what we'll do is we'll make sure that there is an opacity. Okay, so as you can see, there is this kind of opacity over here. And then the title color should always be white, right? Should be pure white over here. So you can select this white or this white, each other way works. And of course we can increase the title, post title. This is the post item title, right? So this one is picking from the H, how do you call it, the H1 or H2. So we can either leave it as it is, or we can go ahead and then temper with it small. Okay, but each other way, this one picks the H1 over there. So if you come over here, everything is set, everything is okay over here. Okay, so yeah, so I think we are good to go. So we are good to go. We can go ahead and then publish it over here. And now when we come over here, when we refresh it, we're gonna have something like this. Okay, very beautifully designed over here. So now our website is taking shape. We are almost done with our blog, but let's go into details how this one, each single post also looks like. So this is how a single post really looks like. Okay, so we want to change it. So let's go to single post layout, and we can go ahead and then change it to either this one. So let's let it load first, and select a single post over here and see how it looks like. All right, so basically this is how it's gonna be like. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay, so we can just publish it. All right, so now we are done with our our blog and all those things, so we can just close this one. Now our next step is to design our home page and all the other pages that we have on the website. So we are done with our blog, we are done with our header, we are done with our footer. Now it is time for us to design our home page. Okay, so let's go ahead and design our home page from scratch. All right guys, so this is what we are going to create. As you can see over here, this is exactly what we are going to create. Okay, so follow this step by step as I do it. So to be able to create this home page, what we are going to do is we're going to go back to our website dashboard over here, and we hover on pages over here, click on all pages. All right, so we are going to locate where the home page is, and this is the home page, and we're going to click on edit to edit the home page. Now remember, we've already created the pages already. All what we are going to do is to design them. Okay, so now that we are over here, we're going to click on this blue button over here to say edit with Elementor. But because this home page has a a transparent header over here, now what we're going to do is we're going to do some simple setting over here. We're going to click on this particular page setting icon over here, click on it, and then you see it says transparent header. We want to enable the transparent header over here, and we click on save over here. Now that we've saved it, we will go ahead to click on edit with Elementor. All right guys, so if you are using Elementor for the first time, you're going to have this pop-up notice over here. We'll have to close it, and this is how Elementor looks like. Now this particular one is called the structure or the structure layout over here. So this one gives you all the structures over here. Okay, if as you are designing any container that you create or any widget that you bring it over here, will show over here so that you can rearrange them the way you want it. I'm going to close it for now. And this is where we are going to design. Okay, so this is the place that we're going to design. And these are all the widgets and elements that we're going to use to design our website. So I'm going to go straight without not doing anything. Let's go over here and see how our hero section looks like. So this is the hero section of our website. Now with this hero section, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to create it. We'll click on this particular one over here, click on this structure layouts over here. Now we're going to pick one of them. So if you go over here, you notice that we have the background over here, and then we have this particular item position on the left over here. And let's go over here, and we can do same. Of course, we can also do same. Now we can do it in different ways. We can even choose this one, or this one, but I'm going to choose this particular one over here. And then what I'll do is I'll just give this layout 1280 pixel over here, and then I also give the minimum height of 700. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. Now if you like, you can give it 600 depending on how you want your hero to be like. So 600 or 700 is quite okay, but I'm gonna give it 650. Okay, so I'll go to advanced over here, and then I'll unlink the padding over here, and then I'll give a top padding of 80, and then also a bottom padding of 80. I just want some padding at the top and bottom over here. Okay, so I'm going to come back to the layout, and over here I'm just going to position everything at the center. Okay, so I justify center, and then also align items at the center. Okay, so now that we have this one done, I'm also going to go to style over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a background overlay, or a background image for this particular. So if you see over here, we have change images which are changing at the background over here, and that's exactly what we want to do. So there are different background types over here. We have the classic, we have the gradient, we have the video, and then we have the slideshow. Now I'm going to choose the slideshow over here, and I'll choose images that I want to put inside my slideshow. So what I'll choose is this particular guy over here, depending on how you want it, but I will choose this one. I'm going to remove this one, and then I can choose any of these ones also over here. So I'm going to choose this one, and let me see which one again. Yeah, I'm going to choose this one also, and then this particular guy. Okay, so these are the images I'm going to use, and I'm going to just click on insert gallery over here. All right, so as you can see, so it is still loading, so don't worry about the blindness and everything will be fine. So this is how it looks like. Okay, and this is what we will be using. Now we're going to scroll down over here and make sure that the background side is cover, and then also it should be center. Okay, now of course you can decide to choose any of the effects over here, but I'm going to leave it as the fading, the transition which is fading in and out it goes. I'm not going to turn on the Ken Burst effect. Okay, and then I'm going to go to background overlay, and I'll select classic background if you want, but this time around I'm going to select gradient background. So if you look at this one, there is a kind of gradient over here. We have this place to be darker, and this place also to be a little bit lighter. Okay, so that's exactly what we are going to do. So I'm just going to select the gradient. So choose the gradient and choose the colors that you want to use for the gradient. So I'm going to choose my colors. So as you can see, the colors that we picked in the theme customizer is still, you know, having effect over here. And with this one, I can either choose this one, okay, and then I'll just you know, lower the opacity a little bit, and then I'll change the location. Okay, so I'm going to change the location, and then also the opacity, the main opacity of this one is going to be something like this. So I'm going to change the location or the angle of it. So let's say it's going to be something like this, or let's change the angle. Let's make the angle somehow like this, and then we're going to drag in to like this. So we will, let me just see how. Yep. Okay, so this is the angle that we want, and we're going to drag in. Okay, and with this one we can just, you know, still continue to reduce the opacity somehow like this, right? So it's going to be something similar to this particular one. And over here we can add a container to this one. So we can add a container to this one, and then we'll make the container maybe like a 60, you know, percent. And what we're going to do is I'm going to bring the structure so I can be able to select the main container over here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it, you know, a left alignment like this. So this container will be at the left. So basically it's going to show at the left hand side over here. All right, so now what I'll do is I'm going to select this one, and then what we will do is we'll just add this ones, this you know, this text also. So I'm going to add a heading text over here, pasting this one, and I'm going to go over here and choose the 72 for the heading, and go over here and choose 800 extra bold, and this one I'm going to choose poppins. Okay, so just choose poppins over here. So as you can see, we're going to have something like this, right? Build brands that inspire. Okay, so something like this. And when we come over here, we're going to choose our strongest text or our white color over here. Now with this one also, we're going to come you know, just copy this text, come over here, click on this add element, and then drag in a text widget over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in this one, which is what we are seeing. So this is high converting, so high converting, blah 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 over here. And I'm going to go over here and also select the text that I want to use, or the font that I want to use, which is the Inter for the body text. And then I will choose you know, maybe 17. Okay, and then the color over here, I'm going to choose this medium, or no, I'm going to choose this strong text over here. And let me go over here and okay, so we are Bold Vision Studio, your creative. Yeah, so basically something like this, and we are good to go, right? All right, so now the next step is for us to add these two buttons also over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and this time around I'm going to add another container inside this place, and inside the container is where I'm going to add my buttons. Okay, so I'll add this button over here, and the button says let's collaborate, right? So that is the first one. It says let's collaborate. And where does it lead to? It leads to the contact page. So I'm gonna just type in contact over here, and the page should be able to pop up. If the page doesn't pop up, I will just come over here to copy the link address. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, so this is the page over here, right? So there's no need for me to paste the link over there. So this is, let's collaborate, and we're gonna go to the style over here of the page of the button, click over here, and we're gonna choose this particular color, which is the accent color. And let's come over here, choose pop-ins. Okay, and let me see if I have the buttons also over here. Okay, so I don't have buttons, so I'm gonna choose pop-ins and choose maybe an 18. And with this one, the transform, I'm gonna make it uppercase, so it's gonna be something like this. And I'm gonna go over here. Once I make it an uppercase, let me see, with the line spacing, let me just make it like 1.5, like this. And I'm gonna go over here with border radius, I'm gonna make it 0. And with the padding, I will unlink this padding, and then just put my own padding over there. So I'll make it 15, bottom also 15, and then this one 30, and this one 30. So it's gonna be something like this, right? If I like, I'll even make here maybe 20, here also 20. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, so now that I have this one done, all what I need to do is to go to hover again, and then with the text color, I'm gonna choose this one for the text, and then the background, I'll choose the classic, and the color, I'm gonna choose this one for it. So it's gonna be something like this. If I hover on it, this side is gonna be like. Now I'm gonna duplicate this one twice, or once, sorry. I'll duplicate this one, and I'll click on this edit container icon over here, and the direction row, I'll make it something like this. So it's gonna be something like this. Now with this one, instead of the let's collaborate, it's gonna be view our portfolio. So I'm gonna just link it to the portfolio page. So it's gonna be this particular one, and I'll go over here, and what I'll do is instead of this blue, okay, I'm gonna make it this particular color. So the text color is going to be this subtle background, and then the color itself, the background color is going to be like this, right? And if you come over here, the text color is also going to be strongest white. Okay, so now as you can see, guys, we are almost good to go. Okay, so all what I'll do is I'm gonna click over here, go to advanced again, and instead of the 80, I'm gonna just say 120 to push it a little bit down, further down. So, and then also I'm gonna go over here, and instead of the 650, I'm gonna make it the 700. All right, so it's gonna be something like this, and we are almost there. Now the only thing is I just want to remove the the padding over here. So I'll go to advanced of the container, and then over here I'll say maybe 0 padding. So there's not going to be any padding over here. So let me just publish it, and then let me come to the home page and refresh the home page, and let's see how it looks like. So guys, as you can see, it's almost just like what we have over here. Okay, and it's a good start. Okay, it's a good start. Now we are getting there. Okay, so now let's quickly go to the next one. That's the next section over here, which is this particular section over here. We have this side and this side. Okay, so we have two different sides. So we're gonna go over here, click on add the Flexbox container, and we're gonna use this particular side. So over here, I will just put the 1280 pixel for the main container, and with this one over here, I'm going to add an image. So I'll drag in an image over here, and let me just click on this edit container also and go to the advanced over here, unlink the padding and give the container 80, top padding also 80. Okay, and I'll come over here and also justify everything at the center so that everything is going to be at the center. Now let me also come over here and give it a gap of 40 40, right? Okay, so now I'll click over here and select the image, this particular image over here. So I'm going to go here and choose this image. So this is the image that we're going to use, and I'll select it. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. So I'm going to go back to its style, and I will give it a full width over here. And when we come to border the border radius, I'm going to give it a 14 border radius. So it's going to be something like this. Now let's come over here and start using this. Okay, so we have this one which says innovate. So I'm going to copy it, come over here, click on this particular one, then drag in text over here. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create 3 containers inside this particular container, and that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to first of all delete this text. I'm going to delete this text, right click and delete. Now inside this container, I'll put one container over here. I'll duplicate this one 2 times, so it's gonna be something like this. Now this one will take the first part of the text, this one will take the second part of the text, and this one will take the buttons. So over here is where we're going to add the innovate. So I'll click over here and then paste the innovate over here, and I'm gonna go over here to the style and click on this, choose the inter for it, and I'm gonna make it like a 16. Okay, and then with the line spacing, I'll make it to 1.5 or even 2.5 depending on how you want it. So 2.5 is quite okay. And with the text color, I'm gonna make it this color over here. All right, so now that I have this one, I can go ahead and also copy this text over here, come here, copy, come over here, and then just drag in this particular heading over here, and I'm gonna paste this one over here, and I'll go to its style, click on this one, choose poppins for it. I'm gonna choose poppins for it, and with this one I'm gonna make it 35. So if 35 doesn't work, I'll make it like a 38 or maybe 40. Okay, so 40 is quite okay, and then I'll change this one to maybe 55 or 50. So let's make it like a 50. Okay, 50 pixel, and then over here with the colors, I will just change this one. So this is how it's gonna be over here, and I'll also come over here and then copy this text. So I'm just duplicating whatever I've done for you to understand. So I'll come over here and paste in this text over here. It's gonna be something like this, and I'll come here, change the text over here, to enter. Okay, remember I'm just using 2 text, and I'll make it maybe an 18. And this one I'm going to use the medium one over here, or let me just use the strong text. Okay, so this one is quite okay. Now let's see how this one looks like. So this is how it looks like, and I think we are getting there. We're getting there. All right, so now that we've done this one, now over here we're gonna go ahead and also create these two containers that we see over here. So I'm gonna go over here and then drag in 2 different containers. I'll duplicate. I'm gonna duplicate this one, duplicate it, and come over here and make sure that the direction is this way. Okay, and then inside this container I'm gonna bring a box, an image box, drag it here, and let's see how this one looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give it a heading. Okay, so this is the heading, and then we're going to give it a description, and this one is also the description. So it's gonna be something like this, and I'm gonna go to a style to style it. Now I'll first of all put everything over here, so I'll align it on the left over here, and then I'm going to change the image over here. So I'll come over here and change the image, use this particular image. Okay, so this is quite okay, and I'll come here and I'll go to content, and I'll change this one to the strongest white, and I also change this one to this particular strong white, and also strong text, sorry, and then also with the text, the heading, I'll change this one to 4 pins, and then over here I'll just make it like an 18. Okay, either 18 or 20 depending on how you want it. And then also this one also I'm gonna make it an inter font. I'm gonna select an inter font, this particular one, and make it like a 16 or even a 15. Okay, so this is quite okay. Now the only thing we need to do is to select this particular container that houses this box, go to it advanced, and then give it a padding of 20, all round padding of 20. Okay, and we're gonna go to a style over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to give it a background color. So I'm going to choose this color over here, this particular background color over here, and I'll come to, let's go to this background. Okay, let's go to border over here, and then give it a border radius of 14, and then let's see how it looks like. So you can't see it because the background is almost the same. So what we're going to do is let me see how this one looks like. So we're going to give this one a darker background. Okay, so what we're going to do is the main container over here, we're going to give it a darker background. So I'm going to go to style, background type over here, and I'll select this one and make sure that this one have a darker background. And as you can see, now we can see the effect and everything that we've done for this particular one. And now what I'll do is I'll just duplicate this one, and then I'm going to delete this one. Okay, so it's going to be something like this, and all what I'll do is I'll change the details of this particular one. So our expertise, I'll copy this one. I'm gonna come over here, change this one, come here, copy this one, copy it, come here, and then I'll change this one. And then I'll come over here and then look for that particular expertise bag, the briefcase, and then select it. So as you can see, this is what we have over here. All right, so now we have all what we have left is to bring our buttons over here. So for that one, it's also very simple. We already have our buttons over here, so I'll just copy this one, click over here and click on paste, and then copy this one also. So just click on paste over here. Now I'm going to just select this one and I'll make it direction row like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the size of the text, the typography. Instead of the 18, I'm going to make it like a 15. Okay, the same thing applies to this one. Instead of the 18, I'll make it like 15. So all right, so now we have this one also done. So this one, I want to remove the padding over here, so I'll go to its advanced and padding, I'll remove it. The same thing applies to the buttons also. I'll go to it advanced and then I'll remove it. Okay, so now the button says what does the button say? It says learn more and then our portfolio. So I'm going to go to this one, and instead of let's collaborate, it says learn more, and this one will take us to about, so our about page, and then this one says our portfolio, right? So I'm going to go over here, and instead of the viewer portfolio, just say our portfolio. And one thing is, if you hover on this one, you see that what does it do? There is this kind of effect. We're going to add that effect. So we'll go over here, go to style over here, and we're going to go to hover, and we scroll down, we say hover animation, and I'm going to look for Bob, and that is the animation that we have over here. I'm going to do same for this particular one also. Click over here to style, click on hover, and then when we go to hover animation, we say Bob. Okay, and with this one, what I'll do is when you hover, I want the background to also change to the blue or the accent color. So this one changes to this one will change to this. Okay, and then this one will also be white. Okay, so particular this one, yeah. So basically this is how I want it to be. So now as you can see, we are also done with this one. We can go ahead and publish it. Okay, so now we are good to go. So the next step is for us to also go ahead and then design our services section. So this one is also very simple, just some few services for us to design, and then we come to our portfolio, then we come to this call to action over here, we come to what client says, we come to our blog, and then the last call to action. So we have about 1 2 3 4 5 6 sections to go. All right, so let's quickly go over there. So with this one done, all what we need to do is to click over here. So let's see how this one looks like. So it looks very simple also. So we're going to create a main container, and inside the main container we create 2 different containers in it, and then we put with text in one, and then with this one we also create 4 different containers inside this particular container. So that's how we're going to make it. So I'm going to choose the Flexbox container, and I'm going to select this particular row column, is it row column or whatever it is, and then I'll click over here, and then I'll change the width to 1280, okay, which is quite okay. Go to advanced, on link padding over here, the top 80, bottom 80. Go to style, give it a background type, and we're going to select an image for it. If you look at it, there is a background image for this particular one over here. There is a background image over here. Okay, somebody drawing something. So we're going to select that particular background image. Even if we don't get it, we'll still select a different one. So let me see. Let's see. All right, so we don't have that particular image over here, but of course I'm going to select this one. I'm going to select this one over here, and what I will do is I'll make sure that it is position center. The attachment, I'm going to leave it. Okay, so the attachment, I'm going to make it fixed. The repeat, I'll say no repeat, and then the size, it's going to be cover. All right, and then the background type, or the background overlay, the background type, we're going to select our subtle background over here, and we're going to increase it to 85 or maybe 95.95. okay, so it's going to be something like this. And inside this particular one, I'm going to bring these two different containers. So I'll bring one and duplicate the other, just like this one, and I'll click over here, and what I'll do is I'll just bring this particular text over here. So first of all, I'm going to just copy this one because that's already been styled, and then I'll paste it over here. I'm going to bring this one also, copy it, and then I'll also paste it over here. So with this one, I'm going to just go ahead and put it in the middle like this. The same thing applies to this one. It's also going to be centered. And then over here, what I'll do is I'll just reduce it to like 50. Okay, and you see it's shifted to the left, but we can make sure it is centered. So I'm going to come over here, click on this one, go to its layout, and then make sure that it is centered in the middle like this. So this one says our services. So I'm just going to copy this one, come over here, go to content, and then paste this one over here. Same applies to this one, says creative services with bold results. So I'm going to copy this one, come over here, go to here, and then paste this one over here. I just want to increase this particular text a little bit from 40 to 55. So it could be like this, or even 45. Something like this is quite okay. And I think we are good to go. So the next one is for us to design what is in this particular field over here. All right, so to be able to design this one, we're going to go over here and we'll click on this particular one, and then also drag in a container inside it. Now we duplicate the container 4 times. Okay, so we're going to go over here and duplicate it, let's say 3 times. Okay, so let me close this one, duplicate it 3 times. So this is the third one over here. Now this main container that houses these inner containers, we're going to go to a direction, and then we're going to set it row direction so that it was going to be by its side. Okay, just by its side like this. Now we can decide to even come over here and copy copy this container over here, or let me just copy this container over here, and then just come over here and paste it over here, so that we can not worry too much about all the design and other stuff that we're going to create. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the rest and then just duplicate it 4 different times, so that it's going to be something like this. So as you can see, we have 4 different types of things over here. Now all what we need to do, it has already been designed already, so all what we need to do is to just click over here, go to install, position it like this, so it's going to be similar to this particular one. Give you know, the top and border and all those kind of stuff some kind of padding. So we go over here and we go to advanced, and we're gonna give this one maybe 40 or the, oh sorry, let me just give it the 20 over here and unlink the padding, and then give it, let's say 40 at the top and then also 40 at the bottom. And we're gonna come over here and then drag in you know, a button inside here. Let's position the button in the middle over here, and what we will do is we'll add an icon to it, because if you see this one, it has an icon over here and it says read more. Okay, and it will link to, let's say, the services page. So first of all, let me just copy this first one over here. So I'm just going to search for arrow. Okay, I'm going to search for this arrow. You know, make sure that it is on the end like this, and then I'm going to give us a little bit of space like this, and I'll say maybe read more over here. Let's look at how, yeah, read more, and it's going to be in capital. So I'm going to go to the style over here. With the typography, we're going to use Inter. We're going to use Inter, and then this one we're going to use maybe like a 12 or maybe a 13. Okay, something like this. And then we're going to give it an uppercase like this. All right, and then over here, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the radius, we're going to remove the padding also, and what we are going to do is we're going to remove this color also. So make sure that everything goes back to look like this, and then the color over here, we're going to set it to this one. So it's going to be something like this. Right now I'm going to go to this particular box image over here, and I'll put this one over here, and I'm going to change this one to this. Is it this or this or brand? Yeah, so I'm going to change this one to brand. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. So if you see, this is how it's going to be like, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to copy this one, come over here and paste it here, and we're gonna go over here, come to advanced over here, and I'm also going to make it like a 40. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this, and I'll come to this place, go to you know, the image over here, make it maybe 40. All right, so we're gonna have something like this, right? Now that we have something like this, I can duplicate this one because this is the perfect one. Just duplicate and delete, duplicate and delete. Okay, so duplicate, delete, duplicate, and we're going to delete. So let me close this one, and then I'll delete. So it's going to be something like this. But let's look at the content itself, and with this one, so I'm gonna make it like an 18, so it's gonna be something like this. And then over here, yeah, so the 15 is quite okay. So I'll copy this one, and then I'll say paste style. Then over here also I'll paste style, over here, so I'll paste that. So we're gonna have something similar like this, just that over here, let me go back. Then instead of 40, the right and left, I'm gonna make it 30. Okay, so I'll copy, I'm gonna paste style, and then I'll also paste style over here, and then I'll paste style over here. Okay, so yeah, so the next one is this particular one, so I'm gonna copy this one, come over here, this one, paste it over here, then cut this one, come and paste it over here, change this one to this UX UI, and do same for this one also. I'm going to content and campaigns, I'm going to copy it, come over here, paste it over here, cut this one, paste it over here, and then come over here, then select the content and campaign icon, and the last one, which is graphic motion or motion graphics, I'm going to copy it, come over here, paste this one, cut this one, and then paste it inside the title, and we're going to come over here and we will select the graphic motion or motion graphic. Okay, so now we have our services section also done nicely. So we're going to upload publish it, and now let's go back over here and refresh it. And if you scroll down, this is exactly how you're gonna get. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and quickly do all the rest. The portfolio, the elevate, the testimonials, and then also the blog post. So we're gonna quickly do it. So with the same style that we did the this one, we can also do same for portfolio. Okay, so all what we will do is we come over here, and I'm gonna just I can just decide to duplicate, but I won't. I'm gonna come over here, click over here, click on this one, choose this one. Okay, come to change the width, and then go to advanced, go over here, give it a top padding of 80, a bottom padding of 80, and then what I'll do is I'll copy this one, come and paste it inside this one, and I'm gonna go over to layout, and then that is the main container layout, and then position it center, align everything center, justify everything also center. So it's gonna be like this, right? And this is going to be our portfolio, right? And this one says see creative in action. So this one will say see our creative in action, and this one will say our portfolio. Okay, our portfolio. All right, and this one says we'll see our creative in action. The only thing I have to do is I just need to give this one like a 60, so it's gonna be something like this, and I'll come over here and I'll just drag in a text widget. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this text over here, and I'm going to just paste it over here. So it's literally going to be like this, and I will just copy this text over here, copy it, come over here, then change it with this one, and then I'm going to position it in the center like this. So it's going to be something like this, right? Now what I want to do is to just bring another container beneath it like this. Then inside this container is where we bring our our portfolio items. So I'll search for image or basic gallery or image gallery, this particular one. I'll drag it inside this one, and what I would do is just simple, add images to it. So I'm going to click on, let me close this one and show. I'm going to click on this particular one, the plus icon over here, to add images in it. So what images will I add? Just some few portfolio items. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some few images that I feel like I should add. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 6. So let's see. Yeah, 6. So I'm gonna just go ahead and click on this, and I'm gonna click on this one. So you can arrange it anyhow you want it. For instance, I'm gonna arrange it like this, and maybe like this. Yeah, so this is how it's gonna be like. And then the columns, I'll say I want it to be 3, and then the image resolution, I want it to be full. Okay, so you see it's gonna be something like this. Yeah, so this is it. And then I'll go over here, then I'll give it a border radius of 14, and then you can choose border type or whatever. Then the gap, you can choose a custom gap, and then increase it to any any kind of gap that you want. Okay, so basically that is it. So all what I need to do is to click on this one, and then also change the background. So I'm going to change the background color to a subtle dark over here. And then with this one, I'm going to go over here, go to advanced, click on this, and then give it a negative of, let's say, 20. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. All right, so now that I have this one done, let's see what it says. Okay, so I'm going straight to the next one. So publish this one. So make sure that any section that you do or anything that you do, you publish it, so that your work will not be in vain. So we're gonna go over here, and then we are going to use this one or design this style. So what we'll do is this one also is very simple. I'm gonna click over here, and we're gonna choose this particular style over here, and I will click here, go to advanced, on link padding, give it 80 at the top and 80 at the bottom. Go to this side, give it 1280 pixels. Give it a gap of 40, and then a roll also of 40. Okay, so now that we are done, we're gonna go ahead and come over here, give it a background type. I'm gonna select the image that I want to use. So we want to use this one, select it. It's gonna be full, center, fixed, and then we say no repeat, and then the size is gonna be cover. Okay, so also we have the background overlay type over here. We choose our subtle background over here, and then increase the opacity to, let's say, 9.5 or 9.4. All right, so now that we have this one done, our next one is to bring in this particular side. So as you can see, we already have all those things done similar. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll click over here, right click, copy, come over here, and then paste. The same thing, right click, copy, come over here, right click, then paste. So we have something like this. So I'm going to shift this one to the left. So I'll go to style over here and position it to the left. The same way applies to this one, position it to the left. Now over here, what does it say? It says elevate, right? So I'll copy it, come over here, then just change this one to elevate. Then the same one, this one also says transform your vision into reality with us. So I'm going to go over here, click over here, go to content, and then say something like this. So we have this one also done. Now we're going to go to the right hand side over here, and the right hand side have this text boldly written. So with this text we also have text that we can use. So I'm going to just copy this text over here, and I'll come over here and then paste it over here. It's already been designed or styled, so I'll copy this one and then just paste it to remove this one and then to replace this one. Okay, so basically that is how we're going to do it. So now that we have this one done, now the next one is for us to bring in our buttons over here. So it's also very simple. How do we bring in our button? We have buttons like that already created. So I'm going to just copy this one, copy it, and then I'll paste it inside. So as you can see, we have our buttons already done. The only thing is we change this one to learn more and this one to contact us. So this one goes to learn more, this one goes to contact us, and we change the link to the contact us to the contact page. All right, so now as you can see, we are done with this part also. Now we're going to the next part, which is what our clients also see, or testimonials. So with that one also, we've already done similar ones. Okay, so this one is similar. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create everything and then bring it over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. So I'll just copy this whole thing. I'll copy it, come over here, right click and paste. Okay, and the only thing I'll do is I'll right click here and delete this one, and then also delete this one. And now we're going to say our testimonials. This one, we copy it, come here, change it with this one, our testimonials. Then we say what clients say. So what clients say, and over here we can add our testimonials to it. So we're gonna click over here and just look for testimonials. Okay, so I'm gonna search for testimonials, and as you can see, we can use this carousel over here. So I'm going to drag in this carousel over here, and this is exactly what we will get. Okay, so I'll click on this one over here, and I'm going to just reduce this one a little bit, like maybe 90%. Okay, don't worry about this thing, it will go away. And I'm going to click over here, and of course you can just add in all the details that you want to add in, but I'm interested in the styling. Okay, so to style this one, we just have to go over here to style over here, and make sure that you select the content over here. So you see this is the content background. You can choose the content background. Okay, so the triangle is white, and the icon colors is also white. The title is darker, and all those kind of the content, the date and all those things, you can be able to change everything over here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead with the main color over here, and as you can see, let me come here, and as you can see, we are going to use this particular color. Okay, that is our color that we are using, the 2A2A2C. Okay, and then we change the same thing for the triangle. So I'm gonna push it up a little bit so I can get space to see. The same thing for the triangle. And when it comes to the title, we're gonna use our strongest white. When it comes to the content also, we're gonna use our strongest. Okay, like this. And then what again? Yeah, so basically that is it. So the only thing is we change also, let's look at the navigation also. So we change the navigation color. So a page, is it pagination? Yeah, the pagination color. So we say the background color over here, we're gonna use the accent over here, rich for it. But of course, if you feel you don't want to use it, you can just let it go. Okay, and if you want the active color, so I'm just going to change this one to strongest white, and then active to strongest white, and then the other normal is what is this color. Or you change the active to the accent, and then the other normal you change it to the strongest white. All right, so basically that is how it's gonna be like. And let's look at this thing over here. Now we don't want the 7 days and all those dates over there, so we can decide to go through the settings over here, and just remove certain things. So all depends on you. So if you want to remove this one, you remove it. If you want to remove pagination, you can also remove it. Navigation, you can also remove it, and all those things. But when you go to the items itself, you can also decide to remove this particular ones. Okay, you can just take away all those things. You can take away all the date and all those things, so it becomes easier and okay. And then we can also go ahead to add our images. So I'm going to add the images. I'm just going to add random images. So even if the name doesn't matter, I'm just adding them. But this is how you have to do it. Okay, so just add your images just like I'm doing. And then this guy over here. Okay, and then when we come to the style over here, you can go ahead and style the images and all those kind of stuff. So let's go to the meta. Okay, so you see the meta and all those things are over here, and the image is also over here. Now the border radius of the image, you can decide to give it like a 50 pixel all around. Okay, and you see this is how it looks like. So I mean, everything will look great if you do it well. So I'm going to change the color to this, the name of the color to this, and here we are good to go. And then the last one is the navigation, right? I'm going to change this color to this one. So now I'm done with the testimonial. I have to publish it. Now let's go down to the next one, which is our blog. Okay, our blog over here. So it's also very similar to this one. So also very similar to this one. So I'm just going to duplicate this particular one. So instead of our testimonial, say our blog. Okay, and then instead of what clients say, I'll say read our blog post or read our blog. All right, and then over here I can make it that 100%, and then all what I'll do is I'll delete this one from here and come over here, and then I can search for posts. Okay, so and I'm going to use this particular post, drag it inside here, and as you can see we have 1 2 3 posts that we have already done, and with all the categories over here if that is what you want. But we're going to do some few settings over here, and we're going to remove certain things. So let's go to the element over here, and you can remove certain elements that you don't want. So let's look at how this one looks like. This one have the title, the except, and then the read more. Okay, so it have read more except it doesn't have this, it doesn't have this. We're going to take all of them out, so as you can see we have only this. Now let's go to the layout also. With the layout we're going to see the things we don't want to show: filters, and we don't want to also show navigation. Right now the columns should be 3, and then full, let's see. All right, so basically I think that is it. Now all what we need to do is to make sure that we style it the way we want it. So how do we style it the way we want it? So first of all, let's go to the element itself, and with the excepts we can even reduce it to like 15 if that is what we want, and it's going to be something like this, but I'm going to leave it to the 20. Okay, and yeah, so basically it's okay over here. Now let's go to style over here. Now let's look at how this one is being styled. So if you look at it very carefully, this is how it's been styled. Okay, so we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna give the style, so apply styles to inner element or wrapper. So it depends on how you want to apply all your styles. So if you say wrapper, you have to select your wrapper that you are applying style. So with the wrapper, the background, you can have a background color. You're going to use this background color, which is this one. If you have a border color, you can also choose a border color. The padding, top padding, and all those kind of stuff, you can choose it, but I'm going to choose maybe 25 all around padding, so it's going to be something like this. And then also with the border radius, I'm going to choose 14, so it's going to be something like this. And yeah, so I think it's quite okay. And I'm going to go to the title. Okay, so with the title, I'm going to choose the strongest white. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to choose the strong white. No, the strong test, yeah, strong test, like this. And then with the padding, I'm going to unlink padding over here, give it a padding of 20, the padding of 20. Okay, and then typography, I'm going to choose Poppins. And then over here I'll choose like 20. Okay, so 20 is even not okay. I'll choose 18. Yeah, so 18 is quite okay. 18 is quite okay. And then I'll choose 25. Yeah, so 25 is also quite okay. And then the bottom also, I'll give it a 20 bottom padding, so that there will be space over here. Okay, so let's go to the content itself. The content color also, I'm going to choose the medium text. Okay, so let's choose the strong this. Oh, okay, so this the content color. I'm gonna go to accepts, rather accept. Okay, so with the accept also, let's see, strong this way, and then also let's go to typography over here, and let's choose inter. We're gonna choose inter for it, and we're gonna choose maybe 15 or 14. Let's choose a 14 for it, and let me come to here, and I'm gonna choose something like 22. Yeah, that is with the line height. Okay, and then with the padding, I'll link this padding, and I'll give it a bottom padding of 20. Or 20 is too much, so I'm gonna give it like a 10. Okay, and I think it's quite okay. So I'm gonna go back to the title over here, and I'll go to hover. So when you hover on it, I want it to be this color. So when somebody hover on it, it's supposed to be a color over here. All right, so now that we have this one done, the last one we need to do is to go to the read more over here and change this one to this one. Okay, so yeah, basically that is it. Let me go over here also, see, and then let me go back over here. Let me go to the layout, last element to the bottom. I'm gonna just apply it to the bottom so that the read more will be at the bottom over here. All right, so I think this is quite okay. This is quite okay. Yeah, the only thing is we need to give it give more space into it. So let me see if there are more spaces that we can apply over here. So let's see, layout. Okay, so yeah, we have horizontal gutter over here, and we can give it 25 to give it more space. Okay, so 25 to give it more space, and you can also give this one 25 for the vertical color. So it depends on how you want it. Okay, so now let's go over here and refresh the website and see how it looks like right now. All right, so we're gonna scroll down and see how everything is, looking. Everything is looking great. Now the only thing left for us to do is to do this one. Okay, so this particular one over here. All right, so I'm gonna go over here and click over here, click on this one, and click this one. So I'll choose the Fluxbox container, and I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to give it a width of 1280 pixel. Go over here to advanced, unlink the padding, and then give it 80 at the top, 80 at the bottom, and go to style, give it a classic background type, and then select an image for it. Let's see what image. Okay, so this guy over here is what we're going to use. So we're going to use this one, and let's scroll down to position, we center it. Attachment, we say fix. Repeat, we say no repeat. Display size, we say cover. Okay, so it's going to be something roughly like this, and we're going to give it a background overlay. So I'll choose this particular subtle background for it, and then I'm going to increase it to either 90 or 95 depending on how you want it. So I think 95 is quite okay for me, and I'm going to go over here and give it give this one like 400. Yeah, 400 minimum height is quite okay. And now I can go ahead and bring my text over here. So I'm going to just copy this text and then paste it over here. And the text says ready to start a blog, book your consultation. Ready to start something bold, sorry, book your consultation. So this one I'm going to just position everything at the middle, and then also reduce this to like 600 or something. So let's make it like 700, and we're gonna come over here and then increase this one to 55 or 65. Let's say 65, and then yeah, you can go extra bold if you want. And what I will do is I'll make this one 85, so something like this. Yeah, and then we can bring in one button. So I'm going to just bring in one button over here, copy this button, and then paste it over here. So what it says is what book a free consultation. So book a free consultation, and it will take you to the contact page. All right, so this is how it looks like, and everything looks fine. We can just publish it the way we want it. So we go over here, you have a home page designed very simply, really done as you want it. Now, because of how long the video has been, I'm not going to do the about page, the services page. The blog is already done, the portfolio, testimonials, all these ones you can easily do it because of how we've done the home page. And just go ahead designing it, and you can be able to easily do this one easily. But what I'm going to show you is I'm just going to go ahead to show you how you can be able to make this one mobile responsive. Okay, just mobile responsive, so you can be able to easily do this one in the mobile form. So Elementor makes it easy for you to be able to easily design your website in all devices, on all devices. So when you design the desktop mode, it's easy for you to design the tablet and then also the mobile also mode. So let's shift to the tablet mode first. So we're going to click over here. You see this one over here, we have the desktop, we have the tablet, and then we have the mobile. So let's shift to the tablet mode, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it is responsive in the tablet side also. So I'm just going to click over here and change this one to percentage, and then shift it to 100%, just like this. And as you can see, everything looks quite okay on the tablet now. But what I'll do is I'm going to click on this structure, bring it somewhere here, scroll up and click on this container over here, and I'm just going to reduce this size a little bit, come over here and also remove this one, and give it 20 at the right, 20 pixel at the left. This one also I'm going to reduce the size from 72 to, let's say, 55, which is quite okay. And this one also we can also just remove it. So let me just copy this one or cut this one come over here and then paste it over here. And I want to know why it is behaving that way, so I can be able to know what to do about it. So okay, so I'm gonna copy this one and paste it over here. So it's still behaving the same way. I don't know why it is cutting all this way, but I know when you are doing yours, it's not going to behave that way because it's your own text that you are typing in. I don't know why, because I copied the text, is behaving that way for me, but I mean, it's your own text, so it's not going to behave that way. But then let's go ahead and see how the mobile responsive will look like. So this one is okay over here. So now let's come over here, and with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to come over here, and then instead of this one, I'm going to shift it to this side like this. And what I'll do is I'll just come over here, click over here, change it to percentage, the width, and then I'll just increase it like this. The same way, come over here, change it to percentage, that is the width, and I'll increase it to 100%. And then over here, I'll click on the main container over here, go to advanced over here, unlink the padding, give the top 40, 20, 40, and 20. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, so I'm gonna do same for also this one. So with this one, I'll just click here, change it to percentage, and then I'll drag this one to the way I want it. Forget about what is not showing. It's supposed to show, but I don't know why it's not showing. And then with this one, see, we gave it more padding over here. I'm going to remove all the padding and give it like 15 all around. So it's going to be like a 15 all around. And let's look at this one also. I'm going to give it 16. Even 16 is too much, so let's give it 15. And the description also is going to be like 12. Okay, and this one I'm going to give it like a 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and then I'll do paste style, same thing over here, same thing over here. Let me undo this one. Okay, so I'm going to just delete this one and then come over here and then paste style, come over here and then paste style. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. The only thing is this one also, I'm going to copy it, paste style, paste style, paste style. So the only thing is I want all this ones too. I'll copy it, paste style, paste style, and paste style. So I think this one is quite okay. And then I'm gonna go over here and I'll give this one let's say a 10. Okay, so this one is quite okay. So we have this one done. Now we're gonna also come over here, and this one also we will change this one to percentage, then we'll just make it like an 80%. With this also done, Now the same thing with this one also. We're gonna go ahead and come over here and then make it like this. Position it at the center, and then we're gonna just change the width of the content, change the width of the container, change the width of the container to suit what we want. And then we go to this place, that is the main container. We go to its advanced, we unlink the padding, give it a top and bottom of 40, then left and right of 20 pixel. So make sure that 20 pixel is okay. So you can do same for all of them. Okay, I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm just showing you how it is done. The same way appears to the same way applies to the mobile side also. So with the mobile side also, you see how it looks like over here. It is not responsive. So all what we need to do is to just change the size of it. So I'm going to make it like a 35. Okay, so 35 is quite okay. And over here also, I'll change this one. I'll change this one to like a 14. Okay, so this one is going to be like a 14. So what I don't understand is, I don't know why this is behaving this way, but I'm gonna just come over here and drag in a new text widget over here, and you see everything shows fine over here. But with this one, I don't know why this text widget is not showing the way I want it. So I'm gonna come over here. So basically what I'm trying to say is, you can just type in your own thing. I know yours is not going to misbehave like the way mine is misbehaving. So I'm going to just go over here and change the text over here to enter. I'm going to change it to enter. Come over here, and then this one I'm going to give it like a 14. Let's go to the text over here. I'm going to give it this one. So it's going to be something like this. All right, so now that we have this one done, you can also scale down your button. So this one I'm going to give it like a 12, and then this one also I'm going to give it like a 12, or depend on how you want it. Okay, so anyhow you want it, you make sure you do it that way. So just adjust it and you are good to go. So with this, I will just go ahead and adjust this one to like maybe 40, 20, 20, 40. So something like this, right? And I'm going to click over here, go to its advanced, give the padding of 0 over here. All right, so just adjust it the way you want it and you are good to go. So if this one is too big for you, you click over here and then you reduce it. Okay, so we're going to reduce it to like 28. Come over here and change the EM to maybe 1.5 or 1.4 or 1.3, depending on how you want it. All depends on how you want it. I'm gonna go over here and then just give it like this, right? So if this one is too big, also too big for you, you come over here, you change it to 14. Just make sure that it fits what you really want. So if this one is also too big for you, change it to how you want it to to be. All depends on how you want it. Okay, so we can even go ahead to even change this one. Instead of 20, let me just unlink this one. Instead of 20, we can make it like maybe 15. Bottom also 15, and then side also maybe 20, right? So just like any normal kind of styling that you want it. So the same thing, 15, and then 20, and then 20. Okay, so it fits perfectly to what you want. So you can do same for the other ones also. So with this one also, you can just paste style over here, copy this one, and we also paste style. Okay, so anyhow you want it to fit in, you fit in. So do same for it, and then make sure that you publish it. I'm not going to do all those things because of time. The tutorial is far gone. It's more than an hour now, and I think now you are good to go. You can be able to go ahead and then start designing any part of the website that you want. Now I've done almost the necessary parts that you will be like you find it difficult to do. For instance, the header and the footer, all the other blog side, I've done it. And then the main part is the, how do you call it, the front page, okay, which I've also done for you. So make sure that you go ahead and do the rest, and you will be good to go to design your own WordPress website from scratch. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Kobe, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's grow together. See you in the next video. Bye bye.